Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about one of the most feared teams in the NBA, the 2023 Playoff Warriors. With a star-studded lineup that includes some of the league's biggest names, this team has the potential to wreak havoc on the competition and dominate the playoffs like never before. But why is the NBA so afraid of them? In this video, we'll break down the Warriors' strengths, weaknesses, and strategies that have analysts predicting a deep playoff run. Get ready to witness a team on a mission, and join us as we explore why the NBA is shaking in its boots at the mere thought of facing the 2023 Playoff Warriors. It's difficult to win an NBA title. Even after 10, 15, and even 20 years of effort, some of the finest basketball players who have ever stepped foot on a hardwood court have failed to reach the top. The list includes Karl Malone, John Stockton, Steve Nash, Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins, Allen Iverson, Reggie Miller, and Elgin Baylor, to name a few. However, the Golden State Warriors have won it 4 times in the last 10 years. Not just once, twice, or even once. NBA players want to swap jerseys with future legends like them, not with ringless guys who flaunt their dynasties. We probably understand what I'm referring to. Anyway, as of right now, the Warriors are still the reigning champs. And even though many NBA fans across the globe have already written Golden State off as a loser this season, believe me when I say that nobody wants to see the Warriors in the playoffs. Not a single one. Who is afraid? You know, if you asked a basketball player whose team they thought was the most intimidating in the NBA right now, they probably would have said Giannis and the Bucks, Tatum and the Celtics, or even Durant and the Nets. But I do have a question for you, gentlemen. If these clubs were without their top player and crucial role player, who would be terrified of them? Imagine the Bucks without Bobby Portis and Jrue Holiday, for example. Imagine the Celtics without Robert Williams and Jaylen Brown. Imagine the Suns without Torrey Craig and Devin Booker. If those two guys weren't on those teams, nobody would genuinely be afraid of them. And for screaming out loud, if they didn't have those two guys, they would be the prey, the easy money, and even grilled chicken. However, it is what the Warriors are now experiencing. Due to the recent absences of Andrew Wiggins and Gray Payton, too, the Warriors have been written off as being finished for the year, and their dynasty has come to an end. Charles Barkley, after all, called Golden State toast. There are just few games remaining until the playoffs, which are just around the corner. Nevertheless, Wiggins and GB2 will both return for the playoffs, whether you want to believe it or not. And when that occurs, I can assure you that Sir Charles' attitude will shift from this to this. Offense. Anyway, I have a question for everyone. What, in the first place, makes a team frightening? Is it the offense, the defense, the experience, or maybe a mix of all three? Well, the Warriors are still the best of the best when it comes to offense. They are second in the league among the 30 clubs in terms of offense production, averaging 118.4 points per game. And now for a frightening truth that you may not be aware of, they are presently scoring more points per game than they were when they had a record of 73-9. The 2023 Warriors were scoring more points per game right now than they were in 2017 and 2018 when they had a healthy Kevin Durant. To one-up that, what the heck is that? Say anything you want about Golden State then. They do get buckets. Just see Steph's absurd behavior as she is being protected by a Holiday brother. He moves to the left, then behind the back, before converting a jab step into a 3-step retreat. Guys, it is absurd. Anyway, I think I've gotten a little off topic here. I could go on and praising the Warriors' offense all day, but I want to go on to the topic at hand, which is defense, which is what the naysayers will critic. They do have a point, if I'm being really honest, given how poorly the Warriors' defense has performed this year. Like, it's been just terrible. There aren't many other words that come to mind. The Warriors are being driven right by everyone, almost like a 24-hour drive-through McDonald's. Even while it's fantastic that they have the league's best offense, their defense ranks 25th in the league, as they often enable opponents to score 118 points per game against them. Time and again, a blow causes the Warriors' defense to crumble, and then chaos ensues. Heck, based on what I've seen of the Warriors this season so far, I'm certain that Jackie Moon could even go through and break down the Warriors' defense. But this is why I'm not concerned. I'll start with Draymond Green. Dillon Brooks was completely deluded when he claimed to be a better player than Draymond, because when motivated, the latter is still the finest off-ball defender the modern NBA has ever seen. Just take a look at the stats he compiled against the Mavericks, possibly the most significant game of the season. He contributed well in the game with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. This reveals two things to me. First off, he's still a defensive actor when he's motivated, which he will be throughout the playoffs. Second, Dillon Brooks is in danger if the Warriors face the Grizzlies in the playoffs. Anyway, take a look at the other defensive options the Warriors have for them. Here, Kuminga is defending Luka as he gets the ball. The young Warriors poke it away, and Luka immediately sees it's pointless to pursue Kuminga as he sprints across the court for the simple slam. If you didn't know, JK is 6'8", among the top 10 NBA players in terms of sheer athleticism, and he's developing into a defensive juggernaut. Kuminga is developing into a defensive powerhouse, whether it's defending the top player on the other side, diving in for a rebound, earning a block, or just ripping the ball out of someone's hands. And the absurd thing is that the Warriors have two better on-ball defenders than him. In contrast to GB2, who is still a contender for the title of top perimeter defender in the league, Andrew Wiggins successfully held both Tatum and Brown in check during the 2022 finals. I mean, Gary Payton is to defense what Kyrie Irving is to offense. And we can watch GB2 play defense all day long, just as we can watch Klay Thompson shoot all day long. Klay said in a tweet that he enjoys watching GB2 play defense. He is that talented, and when he's around, nobody is immune from being fouled while dribbling, as we often saw last season. In any case, the Warriors' defense will instantly improve when these two guys are back in the lineup. Now, we have one of the NBA's finest defenses and a top-notch defense. What comes after this? Experience? I could go on and on about how the Warriors' big three trios plus Kerr currently have more championship experience than roughly half the league. But I believe Grant Williams summed it up best when he discussed the finals from the previous season. I still will say confidently to this day, they aren't the better team. Golden State was not, say, a superior squad. I'll say it with confidence, yes, they were, in my opinion, a more disciplined group without a question. I'll say that I admire their discipline, and I suppose you could say their championship pedigree. Paternity, you say? That was genuine. Yeah, and I believe that sometimes, when you see the movie again, you'll see that we had commanding roles or possibilities. After going on runs, we just kind of handled the ball over 3 times because we missed 3 shots. And instead of making the correct read since we missed those shots, we started forcing things and stuff like that. The perseverance required to consistently make the proper play. Since they always play the same, we didn't play with them. They will get the same shots, they'll produce the same appearance. They are going to pick quickly since they are aware of the priorities. In any event, Grant Williams is talking about the Warriors' top offensive and defensive unit, which functions like a well-tuned machine and seldom makes errors. With Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney as their starting 5, they have the greatest starting 5 in the NBA. All of the 11 deep players are Jordan Poole, Dante DiVincenzo, Kuminga J. Mike, GB2, and Anthony Lamb. Otto Porter was important last year, but this squad is much stronger than the 2022 team that won the title because of Kuminga's development, Klay's comeback, the arrival of DiVincenzo, and Anthony Lamb. But now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the Warriors have what it takes to dominate the playoffs and win the championship this year? Who do you think poses the biggest threat to their success? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more sports content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.